in there. It's not coming out. Hey guys, welcome to Garbage Time. I'm Katie Nolan, and you are probably recovering from one hell of a sports weekend. On tonight's show, we'll dig into the NFL's new tax status, so sexy, review what happened at the fight of the century, and I chat with Stephen Amell about being a superhero. But first, let's take a look back, at the week in sports. An Arsenal fan made his girlfriend pass a quiz about the team's players and history. Good news, she passed on ever having sex with him again. Kevin Love will miss the rest of the playoffs after his shoulder was dislocated in a game against the Celtics. The Cavs are really gonna miss him out there, said Love's parents. Former Patriots cheerleader Camille Kostek confirmed she's dating Rob Gronkowski. She said she knew things were serious when he invited her to sleep in his pillow fort. As part of an Argentinian beer company ad, a dentist replaced rugby players' missing teeth with bottle openers, or, as Irish people call them, teeth. The Orioles and White Sox played a game with no fans in attendance, so it was perfectly quiet and kind of awkward to watch. Kind of like shooting a TV show with no studio audience. The Kentucky Derby was yesterday, and after seeing the names of some of the horses running, I realized they're all pretty weird. So I decided to test New Yorkers to see if they can tell the difference between the name of a Derby horse and the name of a hipster band. Enjoy. Derby horse or hipster band? Bolo.
Hipster band, definitely.
That's a horse.
All right.
Wrong. Pomplamoose.
That would be a horse.
That's a band.
Why?
Keen Ice.
Keen Ice, band name.
No. Horse
No?
name.
You kidding me?
Danzig Moon.
Hipster band.
That is a horse. Blitzen Trapper.
The band. That sounds like a band right there.
That is a band.
Oh, nice.
Is that your favorite band?
Not at all. Jadakiss.
Jada Kiss is a person.
Yeah. Oh, see? I like you already.
Okay. Upstart.
Hipster band.
No. Derby horse. It's a tough one. But I like that you don't put too much thought into it. You just blurt
No,
it
you
out.
just gotta like go with your gut.
Say Lulu.
Horse.
That's a band! Delta Spirit.
That would be a horse.
That's a band.
Yikes.
Langhorne Slim.
Now that's a horse.
That's a band.
Jesus.
Wild Bell.
A horse.
No, that's a band.
What?
Stop thinking twice.
All right, fine. I'm just going with initial thought.
Just blurt it out. Ready?
Go ahead.
Firing line.
Band.
Horse. American Pharaoh.
I got this.
You've got this.
band.
No! Blind Pilot.
I have to say a Derby horse this time.
That's a hipster band.
No, guys
Oh my
suck.
God. Ten Sender.
I'm focused. 10 Sender. Band.
That's a Derby horse.
Everything's a Derby horse.
I
I'm
know.
just going with Derby horse
Okay.
now.
Ocho, Ocho, Ocho.
Band.
Derby horse. You
What
just
the
said you were
hell?
going to go with
I'm
Derby
sorry.
horse. And
I
then
know,
you
but
said
that's a
band.
good band name. Ocho, Ocho, Ocho.
But it's also a
like
good horse
Ocho,
name.
Ocho. Oh, okay, sorry.
Atlas Genius.
It's a hipster band.
You did it. It's a hipster band.
Oh,
Congratulations.
Yes, ding, 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 ding.
Ocho,
Exactly.
Ocho, Ocho. Ocho, Ocho, Ocho.
There we go.
And lastly, it's been a year full of controversy for the NFL. Amidst all the scandal, one fact that kept being brought up in conversation was that the league is a non-profit organization. This didn't sit well with people.
You pay your fair share, why don't they?
This is one of those "are you kidding me" type of stories.
The NFL is a tax-exempt nonprofit group, even though they make $9.5 billion in revenue.
They don't pay a penny. They are tax exempt.
You aren't tax exempt.
Americans need to rise up, and they need to strip the NFL of their tax exempt status.
Lord. Oh, Lord, indeed. The NFL was raking in all this cash and employing domestic abusers and child abusers and underwear thieves and not paying taxes? No way. As Benjamin Franklin once said, in this world, nothing can be said to be certain except death and taxes. And we've had enough of the NFL pretending that neither of those exist. So we went out and demanded change. And this week, guys, we got it.
In a major shift, the NFL has announced its league office will start paying taxes.
Holy shit! They did something! They can They can hear us? What is this feeling I'm having right now? It's very strange. This is great news, right?
Just because the NFL is no longer tax exempt doesn't mean it'll start paying millions of dollars in taxes.
By dropping its nonprofit status and the ability to be tax exempt, it now becomes a private company, meaning it can keep information like finances private.
Goodell also said the change will make no material difference to the NFL's business.
I think people and especially fans need to keep in mind that the NFL never ever does anything strictly for the benefit of everyone else.
Right. So it turns out that the NFL being tax exempt really wasn't that big of a deal all along. Why? Well, because the NFL is really just considered a central marketing arm of the completely tax liable 32 teams that comprise it. And that's not a new development. That's how tax law works. Unfortunately, tax law is boring, which is why every April we pay someone else to deal with it rather than learn it ourselves. And it's also why we thought this was a big deal, because it sounds like a big deal. And a lot of powerful people told us it was a big deal, so yeah, we were outraged. We demanded change. And now, we got it. And we can't complain. The NFL made what was essentially a smart PR move. Goodell literally referred to it in a memo to the owners as a distraction, and we just have to sit here and shut up about it. Because we got what we wanted and didn't realize that it wasn't what we wanted until we saw that Goodell wanted it too and thought, that can't be right, because our interests rarely align. Oops. Let's start caring more about forming our opinions than sharing them. There are some real injustices in the sports world, and if we focus our energy and our outrage on those, maybe they'll be forced to change. Moral of the story, any idiot can be angry. The real power comes from being informed. Boom! Coming up, should Bucs fans be worried about their new franchise player, Jameis Winston? Hot takes coming at ya! Welcome back, everybody. Joining me now from NBC Sports and DirecTV, fantasy football analyst, not guru, Kay Adams. Hi, Kay.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good to see you.
I haven't seen you
in years.
Am I allowed to say where I last saw you?
I think, yes, go, sure.
At an audition?
Yes.
For Fox?
Yes.
I didn't know if you were allowed to say that.
We were both there, and we had a good time. We had a really good time, actually.
We had too good of a time.
Too good of a time.
Too good of a time.
That tape one day will come out and haunt us both.
We'll show you all.
Someday.
Maybe. That was bad.
Hopefully not.
Let's talk about football.
All right.
Because that's what you do for a living. Yes. Which is cool.
It's the off season, kind of not. Season started.
That's
OTAs,
I called
draft.
you in on vacation to talk about football,
Yes.
and specifically, I'd like to talk about crab legs, if that's okay with you.
Which you seem to be an expert on.
Love them. Old Bay.
They're good.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So Jameis Winston picked first in the draft. Right after that, posts a picture on his Instagram with crab legs. I want to know your thoughts. I'll tell you mine after.
I mean, I don't like that he pulled it down. The fact that he put it up in the first place obviously shows that he's just like got some problems with decision making, and maybe that's a red flag, but this isn't something that we don't know about him already. And I feel like character's obviously a huge storyline surrounding the draft, surrounding Jameis Winston with everything, but I just really don't think he knows better. Like, I like to judge people on intentions, and I don't know that he has awful intentions. I think he's this kind of just Dennis the Menace who gets into these situations, and I think he was like, oh wait, you thought that I was putting that up because of the...
Really, though?
Yeah, I really do.
You really
I think he had no idea.
That he's that... Because that's a level of just unawareness.
I think he's oblivious, which isn't a good thing. It's reckless and awful, and
but
he's
it's
going
also
to
bad
find
for
himself in these problems.
If you're a quarterback, you really don't want a quarterback who's unaware of his surroundings. I mean, you
or
need,
makes bad decisions, like 18 interceptions in a season, like he did last year.
So for me, it's like maybe that's not a character issue, like you're saying. Maybe he's just that stupid. But in that case, being stupid is a character issue, and you kind of don't want that guy to be your quarterback.
Maybe he also shouldn't be on Instagram or Twitter. I think if he surrounds himself with the right people, obviously they went for talent with that #1 pick. He can put the ball in play and make plays and win games,
Yeah, sure,
and I
all
get that.
Whatever.
But these things are totally going to keep happening. I'm okay with them because I think they're hilarious, but you don't like it,
You
huh?
don't think they're hilarious.
I mean, that was funny.
Well, see, to me,
Because he's not
it's stupid.
thinking.
You're laughing at him. I get it. But for me, it's like if that was the only thing he was accused of, if it's like, hey, one time Jameis Winston may have stolen some crab legs, and after he got drafted, he's like, ha ha, ass, here I am with my crab legs, then I get it. But it sort of just throws in everybody's face.
You really think he did that intentionally?
Whether he meant it or not, if he didn't mean to do that, then that means that he's just that unaware of what the public's perception of him is, and that's a huge problem. If he's gonna just be out there saying things like, I don't care what y'all haters think, it's like, there's some sensitive issues at play here, and you don't care. When it's just so easy to not post on Instagram or not tweet. That's like my number one, don't tweet. That should be everybody's rule. Because why do it? He didn't go to the draft so that he wouldn't get negative stories about him and negative press, and then he still posts a picture on his Instagram. He just seems to me like
he always finds himself in those situations, and I think that's going to continue, but I think Tampa Bay knew that drafting him, any team did.
Yeah, and still he went first. So fantasy-wise,
I mean, I don't think he's like a draftable QB1, like you're not grabbing him, but I think if you look at the opportunity, it's huge. He's probably, a shoo-in to start down there, and he's got that's like a basketball squad of weapons down there. They're all well over 6 feet. You've got Austin Seferian-Jenkins, Vincent Jackson, a veteran who might help him out, and Mike Evans, who I love.
Crazy season last year,
If it wasn't for Odell Beckham Jr., everybody would be talking about Mike Evans as Rookie of the Year. I think he had 10 touchdowns in his last 9 games. And he totally crushed it. He had 12 touchdowns on the season, I think. So he's got weapons and he's going to have to throw the ball a ton down there in Tampa Bay. So it's all good on paper. So, if he throws 25 touchdowns, I'm not going to be surprised. But that decision-making, those 18 interceptions that he threw in college last year, you're going to see 20 picks out of this kid. So he's maybe a QB2, a guy you can stream week in, week out. I cannot believe we're talking about fantasy football.
I can't wait.
Right now.
It's
Only you, Katie, could get me to talk about fantasy football.
People at home are like, shut up. And I'm like, let's talk about this more.
I'm in hibernation, and you just woke me up.
I know, I saw it. It was like an animal come out of you. Like all those numbers.
Yeah.
What are those?
I know.
I just use words.
I know.
Like stupid and
you're
crab legs.
good at them.
Oh, I'm so good at it. Thank you for
day.
coming and talking to me about fantasy football. I needed this.
It's okay.
I needed this.
I think I'm ready to go.
Coming up, we finally talk hockey on this show with the help of Stephen Amell. You may know my guest this week from the TV show Arrow, or from his upcoming role as Casey Jones in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle sequel, or maybe as the voice of Green Arrow in the Lego Batman video game. I don't know your life. But what you may not know is that Stephen Amell is a big hockey fan and a nice guy. So I talked to him. Are you Stephen Amell?
I am.
That's so weird.
Have we met?
No, I'm Katie.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
How are you?
I am fantastic. So you're Canadian.
I am. I'm from Toronto.
You're from Toronto, but you're a Kings fan.
I am.
Explain yourself.
The Maple Leafs are garbage, and my cousin Robbie, who's also an actor, when I moved to LA in 2010, invited me to go to a game against the Canucks, playoff game. And the year after that, they won the Cup.
So you're kind of a pink hat. It's fine, but you're kind of a pink hat.
Maybe like 20% pink.
We need to talk about your bracket.
Okay.
Because obviously the NHL did the playoff bracket challenge.
Yes, which I didn't do the past couple of years, but did this year.
Right, and I did too.
Yeah.
Mine looks okay. Let's take a look at your first round picks.
We were picking the New York Islanders over the Washington Capitals in 6 games. Blackhawks are going down. Blues in 4. Jets in 6. Penguins. Really? Penguins, yeah.
You picked pretty much every one of them wrong.
It is your job to be good at this. It was my job to sit down with a guy that works on Arrow with me and make the most inflammatory, biased picks possible.
What do you think was your worst pick?
The Jets.
I know you can't say much about it, but can we talk about TMNT 2? You're playing Casey Jones.
That's right.
How cool is that?
Super cool.
Can you reveal any spoilers?
Casey drives a cool car.
You heard it here first, folks.
And I eat something in the movie.
No. Did they have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in Canada?
How dare you? Of course I did.
Who's your favorite turtle?
Oh, I can't pick.
Can you try?
Growing up, it was Michelangelo.
It's a very good pick.
But now I get a chance to work with them, and I don't know if that answer will change.
How does it work? Is it they're actors? They're actual actors.
There are, I mean, we do the scene 3 times. We do it once with actors. They have all of these crazy dots for CGI on their face. They have little antennas that stick out of their head, which are their eyeballs. Because the turtles practically are taller.
Right.
So it'd be like, I'd be talking to you, but I'd be looking up here while I'm talking to you.
It's usually the opposite.
Which is...
So Arrow, season finale coming up.
That's right.
What happens? Do you fight crime in your real life? It seems to be a role that happens quite often for you.
There was a moment at a Kings game, the actual game when they won the Cup last year, and there were a bunch of Rangers fans there, and they were cheering for the Rangers, which was fine, but they were drunk and there were sort of kids around. I yelled at them to pipe down. I think I told them to wrap it up, too. I gave them a wrap it up sign, which is one of the people that infuriates people. That's as far as I would have taken it, and then somebody who I'd never met from 4 or 5 rows back behind us goes, hey, knock it off. That's the Green Arrow. Like that. And the guy like looked at me and I go, what's up?
Oh my God. Okay, so now I'm gonna get a little fangirl. You are the voice for the Green Arrow in the Lego Batman video game.
Yes.
I beat the game. It took me like 4 days.
Are you a gamer?
I'm a gamer.
Okay.
But they don't want me.
Oh, okay.
Like, I'm not associating with them
right.
for their sake.
I understand.
I played Lego Batman,
Okay.
Lego Hobbit,
Okay.
Lego Movie video game,
Yes.
and then I'm sorry to say, but my favorite is the Lego Marvel superheroes.
It's okay.
I've played them all, I've beat them all, and I'm probably gonna play them all again. And then I play Call of Duty. And Madden. How is it doing voiceover acting for a video game?
So all you have to do is just deliver in your super serious voice funny lines.
What if we had you do some famous sports lines in the Arrow voice?
I love that idea.
You would do that?
I really love that idea, yes. What are we talking about? Practice? We're talking about practice, man. Practice. So I'm gonna go... I'm just here so I won't get fined. Playoffs? No, I can't. Wait a second. I'm gonna have to really commit to this. Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we win a game. That was Arrow as Jim Mora.
That was so good.
Thank you.
That guy down there acting up.
Hey, guys.
Pipe down.
Sounds Canadian. Do you want me to go handle this?
Yeah, it's getting out of hand.
All right, I got it.
Thank you so much. Up next, yes, we are going to talk about the fight. And the Garbage Time Hero of the Week is an oldie, but a goodie. Just like Mbop. Welcome back to Garbage Time. At this point in the show, you may be wondering if we're ever going to address the fight of the century last night between Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao, which is a fair question. Unfortunately, the fight hasn't happened yet, because we taped this on Saturday. But rather than ignoring it, I planned ahead and pre-taped commentary on every possible outcome of the fight. So go ahead and roll that tape. Okay, so I am just gonna read these, right? And then you guys will just pick the one based on whatever happened, and you'll just air that one. You're not gonna air all of them. Yeah. Okay. Floyd Mayweather defeated Manny Pacquiao by a unanimous decision. Manny Pacquiao defeated Floyd Mayweather last night by majority decision. Floyd Mayweather knocked out Manny Pacquiao in the round to win the fight of the century. So now I should do pickups of all the rounds. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. Manny Pacquiao shocked the world last night, knocking out the previously undefeated Floyd Mayweather in the round. Sixth, seventh. Shocking news out of Las Vegas last night as Manny Pacquiao decided not to fight Floyd Mayweather and instead challenged Justin Bieber to a lip sync battle. I mean, some of these are you sure? Just before the fight, Floyd Mayweather was visited by all three ghosts from A Christmas Carol, and he withdrew from the bout to buy poor families turkeys. Turns out 2 of the judges used to date, so a decision could not be reached out of spite. One of the more positive storylines to come out of the fight, Floyd Mayweather decided to donate all of his earnings to you know what, we can skip that one, because that would never happen. Everyone was looking forward to a great fight last night. Unfortunately, just before it started, Manny Pacquiao tried his first pistachio and found out he was allergic and died. Floyd Mayweather refused to fight Manny Pacquiao last night because he said he's lost his desire to hit anyone other than defenseless women. Personally, for me, the most exciting moment of the fight was when Manny Pacquiao knocked out Floyd Mayweather's tooth and then quickly gave him $20, revealing himself as the Tooth Fairy. The biggest shock of the evening, of course, when the referee discovered that Floyd Mayweather was actually a biomechanical suit being controlled by a super intelligent koala from the inside, which is a disqualification. After being barred from the fight, Rachel Nichols and Michelle Beadle waited in the parking lot, and as Floyd made his way to his car, Beadle shanked him with a shiv made out of the underwire from her bra. Okay, so we aired all of them. Fine. And finally, it's time for our Garbage Time Hero of the Week. This week, it's this person. That grandma goes hard, Candy. No, seriously, she really covered a lot of ground. I know, I'm sorry. The show's over anyway. But before you return to reality, send me your questions on Twitter, Facebook, or email, and I'll answer them on Junk Mail, which airs Wednesdays on my YouTube channel, where you can also find digital exclusives and extras from our show. You can watch this and every episode of Garbage Time online at foxsports.com/garbagetime and YouTube as well. Woo! Big thanks to Stephen and Kay. I will see you guys next week. Bye!